Hey, second graders, it's Mrs. Daniel from Citizenship Academy, and today we're going to continue working with bar graphs. Let's look at our objective for the lesson. Draw a bar graph to represent a given data set. So we're going to continue working with bar graphs just like we worked on them yesterday. Now, after a trip to the zoo, Mrs. Anderson's students voted on their favorite animals. So this bar graph has the title here, Favorite Animals. Where did they get that title from? Right here. This is the topic. Your title is kind of the same thing as your topic of your chart. So all the information of this bar graph is about favorite animals. So that is a great title, Favorite Animals. On the side, they labeled the different animals that they had to choose from. So we have the flamingo, snow leopards, Komodo dragons, koala bears. I know which one's my favorite. What's your favorite? Mine's koala bears. Okay, so now we can see, oh, and don't forget, they included their scale down here, their number scale. And that's important to know and important to make sure you include when you're making yours. So now we can answer questions based on this chart. Which animal got the fewest votes? So you can look at how long each of these is and look at which one is the shortest. And that's going to be the flamingo. And which animal got the most votes? So which one has the most votes or the longest line? And that's going to be the Komodo dragons. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a Komodo dragon before. How many more students liked Komodo dragons than koala bears? So we need to look at Komodo dragons, and there were 11 votes for Komodo dragons. There were 4 votes for koala bears. So we have to subtract 11 minus 4. And the answer is 7 students like Komodo dragons more than koala bears. Later, 2 students changed their votes from koala bear to snow leopard. People change their mind. That happens all the time, doesn't it? What was the difference between koala bears and the snow leopards then? So if 2 of these koala bear choices got moved up here to the snow leopard, now we would only have 2 votes for koala bears, and we would have 9 plus 2 more, so 11 votes for snow leopards. So we would subtract 11 minus 2. 11 minus 2 equals 9. All right, let's look at this next chart. This chart is, this bar graph is going to be about our birthdays. Okay, so I see that there are 8 birthdays in the spring, 6 birthdays in the summer, 2 birthdays in the fall, 9 birthdays in the winter. What month is your birthday? Do you know? You might have to ask your parents if you don't know. My birthday is in the fall because it's in September when we're getting ready to go back to school. Okay. Let's create a bar graph that represents this information. So, who remembers what this is called? Our title, right? Title of the chart. Here's our bar graph, bar lined graph paper. And on the side, we're going to label the months of the year, okay? Spring, summer, fall, winter. And on the bottom, we have our number scale. Okay, so next, we have to start filling it in. We have 8 for spring. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for summer, we have, look at the charts, how many? 6. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many do we have for fall? 2. Very good. And for winter, we have 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love how colorful bar graphs are. Okay, now, looking at our bar graph, do we know who has a birthday in the fall? When we look at this chart, do we know whose birthday is in the fall? No, we don't know whose birthday. What information do we know? We know that there are 2 people who have a birthday in the fall. We don't know who those specific people are. Okay. How many fewer students have birthdays in the summer than in the winter? So I see this word fewer, and that gives me a clue that we're going to be subtracting. And then I see the summer and the winter. So we have to subtract those 2. So I'm going to look at summer. We have how many in summer? 6 summer. And how many in the winter? 9. So now we subtract. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Very good. How many more students have a birthday in the spring and fall than in the winter? So this time we have to add the spring and fall birthdays. So there's 8 in the spring, 2 in the fall, so that's 10 birthdays. And we have to subtract 9. 10 minus 9 equals 1. Okay. Now look at this new bar graph. And then after we look at this bar graph, we're going to think about what the difference was from that last one we just looked at and this one. I already see something that's different. So you see something that's different? Let me show you this one again. Notice where these numbers are. And notice how our bar graph goes across. Now let's look at our new chart. Oh, I see the numbers are going vertically or up and down. I also notice that the number still starts with 0 right here behind this black box, and they still go up in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 14. So the numbers still go in order, but this time they're going vertically. That's interesting. All right, so we have favorite books, and then they have this information here. Okay, so now we're going to record our data. And the first thing we need is a title. And look, they already gave us this title. We didn't even have to think of it on our own. We can just copy it right over there. So favorite books, that's the title of our graph. There's our chart. And now we're going to put the name of the books at the bottom. So we have Journey, we have Cows, and we have Zen. Let me move my face out of the way. Okay, so we have 3 categories, right? 3 labels here. We have 3 up here, 1, 2, 3, and we do 3 down here, 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to start filling in how many people said that their favorite book is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. Let's see, we have 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, now how many chose Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type? This is one of my personally favorite books. I love this book. It's so silly. There's 9. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this book, Zen Shorts. Have you ever heard of that book? I have not heard of that book. I'm not familiar with it. Zen Shorts. 5 people chose that as their favorite. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we can think about what's different about this graph. What's different? I kind of gave you some clues in the beginning. What is different? Well, for starters, our numbers, the number scale goes vertically, and the other one, it went horizontally. Okay, what else is different? This time our bars are going up instead of across. So this time, instead of seeing how long the bars are, this time we're going to see how high the bars are. That kind of reminds me of a ruler. We can use a ruler to see how long something is, and we can use that same ruler to see how tall something is. Interesting. Okay. All right, and this is work that you will begin doing on your own. So, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!